Hello, this is the Chapter 12 Metric Measurement Review Test. We are going to go ahead and get started with just a quick overview of what the metric system is all about. Remember, if we're going down the staircase, we are multiplying by 10, we're getting bigger, and if we're going up the staircase, we are dividing by 10 or getting smaller. Now, most of you will be familiar with this chart. Kilo, hecto, deca are meters, grams, and liters. That's our unit. Deci, centi, and milli. This is the order for the metric system. Now, you will likely not have one of these on the test. So I'm going to show you how you can start out by drawing your own first thing when you get your test and your test review. So I'm just going to use a little bit of scratch paper. And you can have a scratch paper on your test if you need one. Remember the silly sentence, King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. Again, that is King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. These are our kilo, hecto, deca, units of gram, meter, or liter, deci, centi, and milli. These are our measurements, and we're going to use this staircase to help us with this test. All right, the first question says, Juan brings a water bottle with him to soccer practice. A full water bottle holds a liter, 10 milliliters, or 1 meter of water. Well, we automatically know that meter is out. It's not an option because meters are used to measure length. So we have to choose between a liter and 10 milliliters. Which one would be the most appropriate measurement for this? Remember that a milliliter is like if you take an eyedropper and drop one little droplet of water. That's a milliliter. So 10 of those, that would not be a very reasonable measurement. So the only reasonable measurement for a full water bottle is 1 liter. All right, next question. Katya bought 2 melons. So that's important. She bought 2 melons. She says the difference means subtract, in mass between the melons is 5,000 grams. So what that sentence is saying is something minus something equals 5,000 grams. I can see that all of my choices are in kilograms, so it would make the most sense to change my 5,000 grams into kilograms. So I'm going to get my chart out. I have 5,000 grams, so grams are our units. So this is 5,000, and if I divide by 10, I get 500. If I divide by 10 again, I get 50, and if I divide by 10 again, I get 5,000. Or sorry, I get 5. I'm so sorry. So 5,000, then 555. So 5 kilograms is the same thing as 5,000 grams. So I'm going to rewrite this here. This 5,000 grams is the same thing as 5 kilograms. So now I have to figure out something minus something equals 5. Well, I know it can't be 5 because 5 minus 0 would be 5, but there's no 0 kilograms. So I know that one's not going to be a possible option. If I look at my options now, I have 8 kilograms, 3 kilograms, 2 kilograms, and 1 kilogram. So clearly I'm going to have to use the 8 kilograms because I have to subtract something to get an answer of 5. So it has to be more than 5 that I'm starting with. So I know that I'm starting with 8 kilograms. So I know that A is one of my options. And it says which 2 melons, so I'm choosing 2 answers. So 8 minus something equals 5. My choices are 3, 2, or 1. 8 minus 3 is 5. So my answer is C. All right, on the next one it says write the equivalent measurements in each column. And you're going to use this one quite a bit on this. So if I have, my first option is Sorry, I'm running out of room here. 3,000 millimeters. So I'm going to start at 3,000 here. And my choices are to move it to 3 meters, 35 centimeters, or 300 millimeters. So when I do that, 3,000 here, I'm dividing by 10 to get to meters. So this would be 3,000, 333. So 3 meters is 3,000 millimeters. So I can go ahead and put 3,000 millimeters, and I'm just going to put the abbreviation. And I'm going to cross it out to make sure I've used it, because every one of these needs to go in a box. Now, if you look at your choices, we have 3 meters, 35 centimeters, 300 millimeters. We are only multiplying and dividing by 10. So the only ones that would have a 5 in them are all going to be equal to 35 centimeters. So 35 hundredths meters would have to go in my centimeters. I can also see that 350 millimeters would be in this box. And 35 hundredths meters written as a decimal is also equivalent to 35 centimeters. Those ones are easy to figure out because there's a 5 in there, and they're the only ones that have the 5. So now we've narrowed it down. 300 centimeters. Well, we know it cannot be in this box because we have 300 millimeters, and 300 centimeters is not the same thing as 300 millimeters. So that one, we can put it in our box of 3 meters. And to double check that, if I have 300 centimeters and I go up the staircase to meters, 300, 30, and 3. We're dividing by 10 each step. Now, if 300 centimeters is over here in 3 meters, then we obviously know that 30 centimeters cannot be equal to 300 centimeters. So it should go into this box, and we can double check it with our staircase. We have 30 centimeters, and we're going down the staircase one hop, which means I am going to multiply by 10. So 30 times 10 is 300. So we know that this one also fits in the box. And I'm going to make sure I get the right labels there, centimeters. So I've got it narrowed down. I've got 3 more that I need to sort. If there are 30 centimeters, we know that there cannot also be 30 decimeters. So just to double check, we're going from decimeters to meters. So if there's 30 here, I'm going up to meters. I'm going to divide by 10. 30 divided by 10 is 3. So 30 decimeters can go into our first box. Now, both of these are equal to 300 1,000ths of a meter. They are both in the 1,000ths. So they both essentially equal the same amount. So when I'm doing this, I'm going to start at 300. I've got 300, and if I divide by 10, I now have 30. If I divide by 10, I have 3,000. I'm so sorry, I got myself mixed up. There are 300 millimeters. If I divide by 10, I get to 30. If I divide by 10 again, I get to 3. If I divide by 10 again, I get 3/10. Now, I got to 3/10, which looks like this. Now, I need to see how these could be equal. Remember, when we're talking about decimals, if we have zeros at the ends of our number, we could really get rid of those and still have the same value. So 300 1,000ths is the same thing as 3/10 when we simplify that. So we can say 3,000ths of a meter, or 300,000ths of a meter. And that same fraction, 300 over 1,000, 300 1,000ths of a meter. So when you're doing these, make sure that you are using your staircase and going up and down, multiplying or dividing by 10. Okay, next question. we need to decide if these measurements are equivalent. Remember, equivalent means are they equal? 7,000 grams and 7 kilograms. For me personally, I think it's easier to go from bigger units to smaller units since we're multiplying by 10. So I'm going to start there. So we have 7 kilograms. If I start at 7 here and I multiply by 10 every step, there's 7 times 10 is 70, times 10 is 700, times 10 is 7,000. So we know that 7 kilograms is the same thing as 7,000 grams. So we can see that they both match. So yes, this is a match. Going from milliliters and liters, I'm going to take my 2 liters, starting here at the units, and go down to milliliters. So 2 times 10 is 20, times 10 is 200, times 10 is 2,000. So 2 liters is 2,000 milliliters, and we can see that those are not equal. All right, grams and kilograms. I'm going to start at my kilograms, and I'm going to go to grams, to my units here. 6,000 times 10 is 60,000, times 10 is 600,000, times 10 is 6 million. So this is very much unequal. All right, going from liters and milliliters. I'm going to start at my liters. I'm going to go all the way down here to milliliters. So I have 5 times 10 is 50, times 10 is 500, times 10 is 5,000. So 5 liters is 5,000 milliliters. So yes, they are correct and equivalent. Last one, 2 milliliters and 2,000 liters. So starting at my liters, I'm going to go down to my milliliters. 2,000 times 10 is 20,000, times 10 is 200,000, times 10 is 2 million. Which means, looking at that, they are very, very, very different numbers, not equivalent. Okay, moving on. An Olympic swimming pool is 25 meters wide. How many decimeters wide is the Olympic pool? So I'm going to start at my meters, and I have 25. So 25 right here. And I'm going to go down to decimeters. So 25 times 10 is 250 decimeters. Now on the next one, you don't have to use your staircase. All we are deciding is if it is measuring weight, length, or volume, the liquid. And we know that anything that measures weight has to be done in grams. So anything that has a gram on it is going to be in this box. So gram, oh, we have a kilogram. We have a milligram. And we have a decigram. When we are measuring length, we need to use the meter. So I'm going to look for anything that has meter in it. And there is one. There's a centimeter, a meter. Oh, there's a millimeter. If I keep looking, I've got a decimeter. And I have a kilometer. Now, for volume, we use the liter. So anything we're doing with liquid, we're using liters. So that starts off with our liter. We have a milliliter. And we have a deciliter. And that will be the end of our test review. So the biggest thing you can do to remember this is try and memorize this staircase. King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. Good luck on your test.